welcome back to the Manicheans series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel as this landless gameplay continues while we're in northern India in the Gangetic Plain, and we plan on moving towards Patna, which is the area of Patliputra, which was the old imperial capital of the great Indian empires of Nanda, Maurya and Gupta. And this kingdom of Magda, which would become a land of an opportunity for us. So we'll be headed to that now. But first, actually, haven't visited this castle holding in a while, for one sole reason: need some supplies. $50-50 or intimidate. There, just give us some provisions. Didn't need to buy some. Unless the talker has some for us. No, I'll do it while I'm over there. I don't want to spend too much time here. Yes, I already reached 7 minute arms limit. Yeah, just give me some more provisions for the road. Not interested in any others, just provisions, provisions, provisions. Almost up to the max, and that's good enough. Because of all these things, especially those damned elephants that are just guzzlers for all these, including these heavy horse archers of ours. Whenever we're done spending time in here, I'm ditching those elephants. Well, let's get moving. To Patliputra. Surprised they haven't built a great temple of Banaras or Varanasi. This is his farmlands here. There's no toys about it, whether from weather, terrain, overloading, or simple bad luck. Somehow he's gotten to the camp's pack animals. They moan, they brave, they walk, but it's all growing slower and more sluggish by the hour. Never mind today. Some of the horses have clear fevers, and one of the older males looks ready to die. A dire threat if it spreads further. We could distribute our gear till they recover. Ease to ease the suffering, and here we are. Tutor child. How much? Ooh, that's a good amount of gold. Again, 7 months until we have the this camp upgrade, so we can get ourselves a horse archer captain, which will definitely improve the aptitude for some of our guys. And since you know we begin to have issues with provisions, you might as well start saving up money to upgrade the baggage train. It would be ideal. Escort, emissary. You got it. I'll take this simple job, then we'll tutor the child next. To Tripuri. Over there. We just passed through there. Well, actually I want to pass by Gaia first, before we just turn around and go up to the Mahabodhi temple. be back for you. Protect the innocent. Told you, land of opportunity. I'll be quite certain of provisions again. Take less use of it. As our priority is to increase the capacity of provisions since it's going to start becoming an issue in a hurry. When we further increase our size of the men-at-arms regiments. First child. Safali will be her name. The second name. Very much. Another thing I just remembered, and that's regarding age. Like you're wondering, it's like, hey, should I get married and have children of my own? But, you know, I fear that as great as the character is, there's an off chance that I get married and pregnant and there's a chance, you know, death in childbirth. But I kind of don't want to take a gamble on it. I'm willing to have, you know, my son be the, my adopted Chinese son, who is culturally Uyghur to be the one. Oh, blended with our herbs of art cuisine. Oh yeah. $450 would be the goal, so we can have another regiment, which I plan on saving it for these. As much as I would like to get the Tarkans, but I'll probably do that once I get rid of the war elephants. As a good replacement for them. I'll be there. We're getting there. Prabhavati Gupta gives you a curious but expectant look as we meet up for first session. Several Vajrayans peacefully wander the holy grounds. I localize a cluster of rocks that would be beneficial for Prabhavati Gupta to be made aware of. Behind me, my protege is drifting along, picking up a wooden horse from a nearby stand. She starts riding around, gleefully running taps around the area. Little scamp, did you know that? 85% chance that Parvati Juan Burit uses wits, so I tested to use that. This will further learning education. Successful tutoring. Good. Ill. Parvati gives me an inscrutable look as we meet up for our next session. The alley is brimming with activity. Merchants moving briskly between squares. Nice spot, a handful of opportunities to teach Parvati Gupta, but more about the grace of social interaction. Suddenly, the young Kanaji girl gets a wild look in her eyes, starts shouting, "The bandits are coming!" And Lady giggles her head off. She runs back and forth with her attendant. They send waves at me from over yonder, ready assist if necessary. It's your time to shine. Because you are a follower of certain skills, which you have what it takes. Thank you. failed me. Damn it. Not what I wanted. There was a low % chance of failure and you still got it. Or don't got it. Praniyata going to inspect Sambasta with a curious gaze as we approach. The tranquil gardens accommodate ample teaching opportunities. As we stroll along to the path, keep a watchful eye on our surroundings. The skill Praniyata Gupta should be privy to. Then, as out of thin air, a large sign town is right up to a child desperate to play. The girl shrieks in joy and immediately starts playing with the dog. Sambasta waits for me for beyond assistance needed. Hey, listen here. I don't want to have the chance of failure again. Maharana Basaldeva is an inscrutable look, bordering on appreciative. You certainly have a most unorthodox approach to education. And Praniyata Gupta has indeed received one or two new spectacular things. A baby touch again should your service be desired in the future. At night I bowed my head slightly as I turned to thee. Much obliged. Again, as much as I'd like to participate in wars, that just need to do one more little contract for reward, and we'll have that camp upgraded. I think I'll find things to eat here. We're all full and ready to go, but who's gonna be the... Well, first need a master at arms. Furidun, you're the man. This will definitely increase our men at arms damage and toughness by a lot, so they'll be a difference maker. And a horse archer captain, that's for archer cavalry. On pursuit, and we do have... Sorry, master at arms and huntsman. So I'll make you this one. So now our horse archers are more deadlier than ever. And apparently I have this one prisoner I had to execute because the reason for that is, well, I only killed about 4. This is kill number 5. Because one of the ways to try to become a great conqueror is you have to have killed at least 12 characters. So I'm going to do this method where if I capture any prisoners of war, we're not going to recruit them, we're going to kill them. Execute them. I've completed at least 20 raid for captives or standard vest contracts. Now what? Yeah, raid for captives, like, is that not a Caspello, or did I miss something here? I think you may want to read that again. Huh. Legitimists. After all, I do have tunnel clearance, but I don't want any of these titles, to be real honest. Can reject inheritance. May not inherit titles, I cannot inherit titles. Because, I mean, I'm not heir to anything. Doesn't cost too much. Almost there. something we gotta commit to in addition to baggage train. 108, 108. But I'd rather upgrade the pavilion all the way. It's a prowess scheme. Ditch. There's a chill near, and my breath moves to small puffs I traverse the orchards of Mugagiri. The trees are seemingly cowering a bit in the cold, longing for warmer days. Suddenly a high-pitched shriek pierces the air. I quicken my step to find a peasant child below a tree, in shambles and sobbing violently. One seems to have made an attempt at climbing a tree before slipping and falling to the ground. One of the bone pipes protruding at a strange angle. There. Animals, thugs, and ruffians. Their mere thoughts was enough to disturb Puravana on Jata Kadiga. The common people of the Pura are so agitated that I fear they may rise in arms at any moment now. Those of young families have been rebuking my officers and asking why we've not protected them. No reason to compromise, good man. We got the tough guys here. We'll get it done in no time. Nice spot. Move your cursed tent, damn it. Well, it's my spot. Cries on me. Disrupting my evening walk. My seems unmoved, simply folding arms crossed chest. It can't be your spot if it's got my temp on it now, can it? Snarks like. Sprint for the higher authority. Indiara, Vidyadara, whirls around to me. Pratiyanta. Please, I beg you. Discipline this wretch. Figure it out amongst yourselves. We can increase the size further if we so wish. What's the reward again upon completion? 47. Alright, get this up a bit. But don't refill it yet. Unless you want to scrape the barrel. Anybody want to join? You got it. Matters little, but you could do that every year. Or every 6 months. Or so. One more advantage and then we'll hit that scheme. Three, four, and there goes the fifth hyena this morning. Put the corpse down in a cart, right in time for Puravana on Jata Kadaga. To arrive as some of the servants. What a magnificent job, he thought. No more murdered cattle, no more lost children. Here, have your payment. And if the convo complain once again, I know who to call for. Long time ahead of us. This is it. Be a year's time. Nearly spent all that money for it. It's way over there. The employer's winning. The enemy is 18. It's too late. Find secrets. Just looking. Holy crap. That's a big reward. Okay, I'll take it. There's plenty of counties to travel around. So let me deal with them. I'm sure nobody would notice. We arrive at Sassaram, quick to round up the worst of rabble rouse. Take the men to explain themselves. Ajmal, a peasant's reputation speaks for us. It's our place to be rolled over. But the Mahorian, Lakshminava, oh, okay, hold on. Lakshminarian here. Does so unjustly. With chaos right for the land while we hardly all know what's ours, he still drives us to labor in like road courses. We talk about powers, city of war, melodies, and the like. Hey, cheer for the money. I don't know if it's good if I just send it right now, but no, let's keep going. Ooh, this is a long way there. I didn't realize how big your realm actually is. Hey. You just stop by there for just a moment. For the stewardship lifestyle. As the procession rolls through the hills of Bagatur-Errant, I spot a peasant walking along the side of the road with no shoes. His feet are bloodied and swollen. He clearly must have been walking for a long time. The pastor looked close to his face. Sad, sad eyes. Perhaps I could help somehow. Not really my issue now, is it? We arrived there, quick around the worst of rabble rousers. The man explains themselves. Jamal. Is that the same Ajmal? Sorry, so high, but we paid up. The duties we pay on our goods, players are hardly scraps to spare. We bear these payments. Lakshmi Narayan demands yet more of us, while the tax collectors go richer and richer. It's they who should be controlling. Just. You're fine. Passed through this battle site from a few centuries ago. We heard that Toshali is land largely withholding and traveling in impoverished conditions, living often on faith alone. One such mitigants approached our caravan, speaking of his interpretation of Siddhartha's will and oddly defies existence. The impoverished creature seems to loathe the power of our party. Perhaps I could get rid of him. As much as I wanted to kill more characters, but this is kinda, I'd rather kill fighting men than prisoners of war. If I were to catch one. We'll get back to mercenary duty soon. My priority is just upgrades. Traverse the plains on the outskirts of Vishnupura. We are suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders out for blood. Another set of riders rapidly approach a nearby holding, led by Puravana Kanchani. I'm very pleasantly surprised by the altruistic demeanor of the local Puravana. I praise the Father of greatness that they ride this time. Kanchani circles back with a victorious grin on her face. You should join us for some Gaudi hospitality in Vishnupura. It would be my honor. Our minds are our own. As they walk in the meddling of outsiders, we reject too. The presence of Lakshmi's, Narayan's, toadies, and thugs. Now we'd run our local affairs. Just wanted all the Marshall's controls so I can be well paid by doing all these. This one's a short trip. Say a quick prayer and move on. Slow down, friend. I know it kind of goes against. Just one more time, and hopefully that'll be the end of this. Yep, I did get paid big time. I'm just only doing it for the money over morals. There's so much turmoil going up in Tibet lately. Even the Uyghur Empire is moving southwards. Almost as if I just can't get away from them. Sure. Allow us to flex our muscles for this. Fill them up. Save the money. For upgrades like these. You brought allies over. That's a lot more than I bargained for. And the one on the side of the attackers. Control armies with them. It'll be the case of, oh, what have I got myself into? But hey, what if I loot the enemy's capital? Well, it's a 4-level fight. That would take a long time. You know, while they're up here, let's just try to use this opportunity to try to take this place. Not enough soldiers. It's not gonna progress. So that will not do. Portal 7. Portal 6. Damn, these places are well fortified. Portal 3. Okay, this will do. We just needed to go somewhere so we can loot them. May not contribute to the war score, nor is my payment. But at any given time, you can back out of this. It's just, I chose the wrong side and didn't realize who the hell we're dealing with. Bringing this many allies in. But I could at least try to loot the place and capture any prisoners. I'll be willing to execute a bunch. I'll get a little loot out of it. Reasons will do. You know they're gonna get it fast. They already attack her. You done made a mistake. We don't have siege weapons, but I'll see what I can do with this. Six months, but at least it's every 11 days. Again, stick to my martial skill and men at arms. Hurry when we needed the most. Upgraded the max size, but that will be for next time. That'll fill up the losses during the siege. There's the Chola army, but that would be in vain. Nope, they just came in just in time. You done saved their bacon. Way to go. Well, meanwhile, I'm causing a mess here. And we found a common hammer. Though a hammer is a simple tool, might be handy to have a hammer around, just in case. If the only tools you have is a hammer, every problem will look like a nail. I step out of my tent. Siege camps falls out for me. A haphazard tapestry of tents and pavilions and hovels built of some materials, thrown up with no skill or artistry, and clustered higgledy-piggledy among the trees. Dark tarred canvas stretched over the wooden frames sheltered the tents of the nobility and to those who served them. Colorful carpets cover the crude ground between. Flags hang limply in the rain fog there, whipped now and then by the wind. Everything is covered in this thick sheen of grey, damp like a mud-laden lake. My low retainer approaches before the siege is at that of my bodyguard at the edge of the camp. The barony of Sravasti stands before me, a blackened skeleton, a blazing womb ready to give birth to chaos. In the fields between, the dead and dying lie scattered, a bandit of bugs and vultures, Beyond clouds of hungry flies and dust, I notice a stench of brimstone. Grieving widows huddle onto their doorsteps amid mounds of blackened bodies. I don't see why it's an act of tyranny. And it's against the enemy, so burn it all down. And imprison everybody you see. Alright. Let the Father of Greatness be with you. Give a strong hook. Hey. Maybe one day. One day we'll see you again. When I travel to here. Like maybe invite you to a feast or something. Or something along those lines. This one's got more loot. Tell you what, move down here. And then, well, it's unraised, and try to get him over here. That's just for starters. And use this common hammer. That's shown. Even though it's just temporary appointment, just needed you to get the few of the siege weapons over here. The garrison's pretty big. I don't think we can. No, not enough soldiers, so back away. But these guys are retreating. Let's just merge together. Alright, kill them all. Just need to rack up the deaths of the characters. Which got, remember, they're considered to be hostile or evil, so I can be executed without being viewed as a tyrant. You got money? Nope. You got 2. So let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Nobody's safe from me. Not cruel, just doing what has to be done. Now we need to go take something else that has a lowered fort level. Welcome. You think we should engage them? That's a 4 level 5. The one we took was 3. Just barely. It's like you'd be hard pressed to find other places unless we increase the size of ours. $300 horse archers, very full. He joins. Might be good for something. Hold it. Make them come to us. Are they willing to engage us despite our small size? We have good defense. Movement locked. Movement locked. We'll be fought here. We have a massive advantage over them. The war contribution, 83. That means I'll be well paid, and I'm gonna get a lot more money out of this. So let's fight, brothers. We have the advantage. That we do. Captured another enemy combatant. Kill you right here. Trading horse. Just let them do the fighting. As I stated, I expect to be well paid out of this. Upgrade the baggage train so we can have more provisions. Which one am I looking at? Small train. The terracotta toy fowl. Worn service tells of once beloved toy. Just to have. Well, we'll catch them. Yes, we'll be defending a river crossing, but we'll get the bastards. You want me to settle your land? No. That will not be my home. We have the advantage. Mastered a new tactic as I led my forces victory, enhancing my commanding skills. So I have Defender now. So now we take less friendly fatal casualties, and fighting in defensive battles we have more Defender advantage. There's the Pala army. Seems they want it back, if they so wish. Yeah, they'll take it back in 3 months, and we'll be there in 3 months. So we'll catch them. Be fighting in the jungle, where war elephants excel at it, but the heavy horse archers not so much. But we ain't afraid. They may have lots of soldiers, which the vast majority of them are levies. Just refill them all. Now we're at the max with these. Attacker controls war target, so you do have the objective. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, they can have it back. engineered for destruction. Siege weapon effectiveness up more than it was before. So I look forward to occupying this area again. Hope I don't regret it. Okay, they do have the advantage, but remember, we have a lot more to it. As the battle rages on, I find myself in the midst of a small pocket of close quarters combat. With the help of my men, we smashed the opposition with ease, but the focus on the attention was on me, who managed to put on a particularly impressive display while fighting the unrelenting enemies. As I take a second to catch my breath after the attack, I notice some of my soldiers watching out with admiration for my impressive fighting ability. Are you not entertained? 50 prestige. But we have the advantage. The attack's been slain. He was one of my good men. He was my bodyguard. He stood on the ridge overlooking the battle of Sravasti, a short distance from the front lines. Me and Samyukta observed the enemy's force movement. Everything is going as planned. Coordinates to what I had organized from the start of the battle. Suddenly, Samyukta turns to me and points out an unexpected enemy rush into the weaker section of our main force. You must reposition our men to defend that charge, she says, before asking herself to go insistent. Command a tactical change is needed. Sanyukta, I'm the commander here. So, either that or I don't know. I can get more prestige, lifestyle experience, and show this to pick up a little bit more advantage while we're, on the winning side here. I'm the commander here. So, assist the defense under my command. Follow me, Sanyukta, as I said before singing to my personal guardsmen to follow me into the battle. Using my experience, I gave Sanyukta tactical commands to follow, whilst maintaining my own authority over the handling of the situation. By means of my experience and their help, we managed to contain the enemy's advance. We both begin to get stuck in front of the front line. I lose her in the fray, and at the break she makes out alive while swinging my blade through countless foes and shouting commands. It's clear to see my men are glad to have me in command. Otherwise, me and Sanyukta receive more than a cut or a bruise. These men are lucky to have my command. Okay, she's been wounded, but I'm not. But our good Bagaturs are getting wounded and maimed and all that. He was one of the good ones. So that's what I fear. We may have a shortage of good fighting men in our ranks. I don't care what your station is. Gonna execute you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gallows bait. Just for killing a little. Yeah, don't do that. Yet. I don't want to have gallows bait. Not when you're this close. But look at our effectiveness now. The siege. Even though we're not at full force. As we took quite a bit of a knock. Just get to battle. Feeling uninspired. Just occupy this place, add to the war score for them. Bristling mass of humanity, living and dying, filth and squalor, hundreds snap in the wind in places, held by crooked tree limbs. It smells of smoke and sweat and horse dung. A low retainer approaches forwards as the siege ending. Out of my bodyguard said, "You have to come." Sravasti stands before me again. Bodies of vultures and crows scattered in front. In the fields between, empty carts and furniture frames smolder, surrounded by bones of horses and shattered swords. Bodies and body parts littered the muddy streets. A few grim, ragged men sit about idly, waiting for death. Limited looting here. They're just to prison a few, you know. Those who don't have money, I'm gonna execute you. Have I killed enough? Yes. So Aiden must fall in my troop. Marshal, that's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. We need to have more knights with good prowess skill. Unless you want to rent a knight. Rent a knight. You get what I'm saying, right? No, that's unrelated. Just let him take this. All better from wounds. See where they're going. My good companion has been off with me the last few days, each not avoiding my invitation to dine. Today you catch me, Lota. Praniyata, I'm sorry, I have to tell you this as your friend. Your aggravating obstinancy, it puts you in bad stead. Sure, you must say the cat does no good to behave this way. Best friend. Let's agree to disagree. Lighten up, will you? Remain stony-faced, even though he is my best friend. They're about to occupy this place, and this will add to the war score. 88 in contribution. God, we got so many bad fighters. They're bound to get wounded or maimed. We need new blood. Our wit is up. Is that a good idea? Okay, war just ended before things are about to get nasty here. Your contributions were vital. Winning my war, and bravery your cell swords is much admired by my fighters. May this payment aid you in celebrating our next great victory. Celebrating our great victory. 208 gold. Thank you very much. Almost there. Reduce the gold cost to mainly reinforce for cavalry regiments. Sounds good. It's cheaper to use gold than to manually reinforce. That's for the general. Chief engineer for even more. Oh. I would love that. If we had increased size, that is. guess we could go for an increased level just to increase the size of regiments again. And let's get up before it increases again. Just like to have a few more officers of certain things. So I'm not totally worried about provisions right now. What's going on over there? Zero war score. Started some time ago. Okay, it's a small war I can handle. Let's do it. They're coming over. You know, they're gonna get there first. Yeah, we're gonna come to help you with that, because you don't have siege weapons, but we do. Because it's gonna take you an eternity to have to get it done. Yeah, that'll make things easier for you. And if you wanted to become a great conqueror, you also gotta complete 20 raid kills, 20 standard busts. I don't know how many we did that, but at least, you know, when it comes to how many wars you participate, it's another thing that matters. I'll just throw that away. I don't care how good you are, but you're in the army now. Even if you're less than. And since I'm going to stop executing people, just let me look at some of you based on your prowess. Even the not so good ones are able. Oh yes. Give me the money. You can leave too. But we're gonna recruit you. Yeah. Since we do have one for this. improved for recruitment for ties to local mercenaries. Mercenary contract awards get bigger. Increases gold prestige party for winning battles and sieges. I suppose. We can do that. Not what I had in mind, but we could do that. Especially I need excellent bodyguards these days. There. Now pay me. 51. And what's going on with you? That's an easy one. Ah, yes. Sravasti. I know that place well. Move up. This is a tyranny war, folks. Once I defeat the army and I besiege it, I get 100% contribution, what we're thinking. I get paid big! Especially with getting the new lock wagon. My mother died. She was 6'6". Get us moving faster. You know, we could do that stuff, you know. Since we only make very little money. You can siege this place, but I want the enemy over there. I want to fight them myself. It shouldn't take you long since that garrison still hasn't recovered. And I see more of them. You may have the advantage, but you're just levies. You need 100 contributions to get any kind of reward. Very well. Storming around my fellow soldiers, I find myself guiding the main bulk of one section of our attack force single-handedly, before noticing an event which I've seen before many times. I watch as the enemy commander raises his hand, tugs downward, signaling for his ranger units to fire. Brace! I scream, becoming horrified by seeing an unrelenting rain of spears and arrows that descends on the soldiers around me. Projectiles slam into my personal guard's legs, crippling him down again before an enemy cavalier storms past. The head is screaming, a corpse's head rolls right in front of me, his eyes locked on mine. Shocked, I stand before being charged by another opposing warrior who slams web towards me, missing and crushing the still moving face of my beheaded guardsman on the floor of an outed squelch. As the warrior prepares to charge me again, the blade of one of my other guards pierces through the back of his neck, protruding out of his mouth like a grey steely tongue. It quickly turns slime red with blood that squirts out of his mouth and onto my face. The warrior's body drops to the ground and I'm motionless. As I look up, I watch the guard who rescued me get slashed across the abdomen by another enemy, spilling his guts onto the floor as he desperately fiddles with them, screaming, trying to put them back inside his gaping wound. I feel myself going into shock before simply stumbling to back to battle. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Oh, then I'll just say, faces that dead are burned to the back of my eyelids forever. So I suffer crippling trauma. After experiencing events in life which shock any sane person, Praniyata experienced an event which has scarred her for life, even making the most minor test difficult due to constant recurring terror in her mind. Now I'm extremely prone to stress. I didn't lose any traits, but I just had quite an experience. Despite the fact we fought an easy battle. But this will not deter your duty. You're still brave. Hopefully I can cope with this. There goes my second. Good just Simha. He's the good one. Alright. Alliance. We'll engage them. Gotta go across some major river crossing and we'll have them dealt with. Quite famous, widely known. Alright, let's take care of this place. I'm gonna get paid big time. I'll do it after the war. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start using those favors. Rent a couple of knights to join our retinue. %. So it's 6%. If only I had it for myself, but... Oh, as long as I get paid, right? Again, despite my calm demeanor, I'm prone to stress. $50 gold. That's all you can provide. It's too late. Even if I do join, all I get paid is 50. It is said that a mysterious Bagatur comes in a tiger-driven boat to rescue those in danger. A little boat of pearly sheen and the state of Bagatur that sat therein. So I'll gain the trait of Bagatur. A Bagatur of fame. Praniyata defends the weak, protects the unarmed, and defeats the wicked. So I'll gain the golden coated tiger armor type artifact, and the Bagatur tiger legend seed, and I also gain Swan Song. The best of her kind. The most noble of her kind, Huaishin's voice startles me. My son, I've been looking for you everywhere for you. They're telling senseless stories about you in the camp. He lets out chuckle. They say you once crossed a bridge made of swords, and that you entered an enchanted forest where you rescued a fair man, and that the marvelous tiger gives you a miraculous coat. He singles a sword to bring over pearly armor. A gift from those of all you helped. I mean, I'm not much of a romantic person myself, but I'll say, and I still have not helped enough. Valiant Knight. It's made a defense of the innocent their top priority. If I'm ever landed, I can help those of the fortunate and less fortunate. Let me see my armor. Compared to this, +4 prowess, Knight effectiveness goes down. Tyranny loss goes down quicker. And armor adorned with floral motif. It said that the bearer must never reveal their name. The golden cut of the dagger. Despite that traumatic event, this does not deter my oof. So many damn non-criminal contracts if you wanted to get up there. And if you want to become a great conqueror, you gotta have the legend of fame to be a legendary figure, which is extremely far away from here. Now let me call upon a bunch of others too. Rent me a couple of nights, if I can. I don't care who you are, for as long as you serve me. So, come on in. So, it's General Stocker choice. There's too few knights willing to rent. Once I'll get back to you. Obviously, you're theocracy, so you can't afford knights. But you can. Like this man's confidence here. Nagpur, to capital, and then we'll go this way. I want to take a break from a little bit of a mercenary fighting. Lock wagon completed. Master of spoils. Responsible for the collection and distribution of the camp's booty and ensure disposal or property divided between the men. So, son, you be the one. I know old age is catching up to you, but we'll recruit you anyhow. Thank you very much. Lost the debate here, and yipe. Hi, it's a boar. Kill it, or it dies in my hand. Again, my intent is just to, increase that size a little bit more, and then I'll have another officer, one that kind of specializes in, again, armored footmen we could use then, and save some money to increase the size of the regiments further. Just fill it. Again, might save up for this next. You have to get it up to level 4 to get another maximum number of regiments. How long has this been going on? Just started recently. But you must be mad to be thinking that we might take on all of them. You're on defending and you want me to go up against all of them? That's your idea. Including the Prince of Himalaya. Well, I'll do what I can, but don't guarantee me a victory. So you might be up against insurmountable odds. Let's claim some lands in the future. We'll even have to go up to your doorstep to get to you. It's not much, but it's a start. Infirm. That's alright, we need another good bodyguard these days. Although that would be a big problem, you know, since we've learned some lessons here. Like, if you wanted Mesopotamia, don't you know the fort level, what that would be like? Especially, you know, a garrison that high. Like, you need to get bigger. Like, forget about the capital. That's what I gave it thought. Like, yeah, you're not conquering that. We're still gonna catch them. Again, I had a traumatic experience. You may have the high ground, but feud ended. A formidable family. Massive advantage for us. Stood strong to face the enemy. My soldiers fought valiantly so far in the Battle of Kathmandu. But are slowly growing tired as our foes push harder and harder in rage against their demise. After a prolonged period of combat, a strong enemy counter-push My enemy are stumbling around exhausted. My own men are stumbling around exhausted and dire need of motivation. Seeing the opportunity to deliver some inspiration, I step up to give my warriors a stirring speech to reinvigorate them and restore the drive to continue battling against a difficult foe. Once I step up, I begin to ponder what I might say, as a few of my soldiers stop fighting to watch me in admiration. As you were. Speechcraft isn't my strong suit. Didn't need to give a speech here. For now on, any possible combatants might be good fighters, so don't execute anyone. Me and Pim just became friends. It was all deep conversations during battle. Barely. We're going after them next. That's what it'd be like if I do become a conqueror. And you do get a army of seasoned veterans and all that. Of whichever you do it at. I don't know how many wars I've participated, unless members can keep track. Yeah, you can. It says join war. Okay, that's how you keep track. Okay, they've merged together and now they're moving away. Itchy, itchy, itchy. My head's really itchy all of a sudden. Really terribly itchy. I'm in the middle of a meeting right now and I really shouldn't be scratching my itch. I need to scratch my head. Timely favor. And we captured a bunch of combatants, including the prince himself, thus 100% contributions. Pay me big time. 72? I guess that's all you could have. After all. Guess that's all he got. No matter how good you do with your performance, don't expect your payment to get too big. Find corruption, however, does pay you big. But I actually want to go to someplace. Okay, it is time for another university visit, which you need to save your gold to 20, for example. So perhaps you ought to start working on some things. Good enough. Which again, one day I gotta ditch the war elephants in favor of the Takans. It'll happen. It would make my job easier. And also would like to get this. So many damn... Head grooms for faster army movement speed. Okay. for cavalry regiments. Guess you're gonna have to get both. And this too. Damn it! I just want everything. This one takes less time. I think you should just be content with being a skilled tactician. You're never going to be the greatest military leader in the world, and you went through a crippling trauma. But you ought to be careful with certain things. It can only be leveled by completing Justica, prowess, or martial contracts that show honorable qualities. So do more of these. Well, are there any of that? Well, I'm for transport contracts. Just wanted to make some more coin. It's a level 3. Oh yeah, you got it. What the hell? Rat my sunshine? An elegant and extensively illuminated manuscript filled to the brim with text, diagrams, and illustrations. Too bad it's all written in an unknown cursive script that's impossible to read. The cover is wooded to plain display a repeating image of floral motifs. Well, I'll have it delivered to all the way over there. You got it. Although it's a good thing we're picking up those 2 contracts, because I need big payment of money fast. Get back on your horse. We gotta deliver this artifact here. I get paid huge. Ah, paid ransom. Also twins. Well done, Hashem. Sorry. Grants. Barchuk and Kimishani. 50 gold, you got it. Oh, I'm happy with this. Here you go. Rat my sunshine. Big reward. Still a little opportunity to rest. And more delays on top of delays. Maybe perhaps I can go to that university. We're resting along the road in Mopti Mahal. When I introduced him, Malvi Bard happened to pass by. He introduced himself as Cosmopolitan. One of my guards offered the man a few coins in exchange for everything. Because I sang through several songs of local Gujarati dialect. There was little doubt about his talent. The melancholy songs touched our hearts deeply, and the joyful songs roused our spirits. I'll try to note down songs I like. Yeah, we can take a break from warfare, and let's go. Like we artifact delivery, we're going to escort an emissary, and go to that university. Maybe I will improve that education trait to something better. And pick up a few perks along the way. Hopefully. If I study well. And study hard. Here we go now. The provision size has increased drastically. How much is for this one? By a lot. You got it. Oh, we get to pass through there, there, and then over there. Learning, martial, stewardship. Excellent. I should have moved the camp, but oh well. I just like living in, being outside of Patliputra. I'm very familiar with that part of the Indian world. As we walk down the halls of a manor in Somapur, the local landlord Govindapal turns to me. They say this part of the estate is haunted, my lady. I hesitant to look around. Hall's a bit darker than I would have expected. Candles flicker into puzzles. When we stop at the old dining hall, Govindapal says again this time, would you like to tour the haunted manor? Oh, intriguing. Nothing's going to scare me because I've seen some traumatic. We're walking down a dark, deserted hallway. A few furnishings we come across are all covered up with sheets. I need to go stamps. Was that a rat? I heard the catch my touch. Go into Paul turns to face us, squinting his otherwards. And through here, my lords and ladies. Now, what's that nook over here? I diverge from the group, passing through an even darker hallway till I come across the door. A spot of light shining through at the edges. I gently push the door open and greeted by a low hissing sound. In the middle of a crowded room, filled with books and bottles and all manner of chemistry tools, stands a woman. A foul smell is coming from the cauldron she's tending. Without turning her head, she says, "Would you like some? It usually works wonders." Stupid, but it's a miracle worker. Now hold up, buddy. Actually, I wouldn't mind a spot of that tea. After leaving the Manicheans' quarters, I safely follow the noise back to the main room. The group appears agitated but relieved. I see a dark shape hanging in the archway above it. Govindapal quickly turns around and jumps slightly at the side of me. My lady, were you away all on your own? This isn't safe, you know. He notices his eyes. Yeah, you might want to search the house for witches. Give him a tip about it. Because as a Manichean, witchcraft is criminal. I was about to say frowned upon, but it's criminal. Do your thing. Beats the bandits. Fine. Stress decrease. Though it does hurt my frost a bit, but like that's gonna make a difference for the short period of time. Alright, head back to the camp with a big payment. Okay, upgrade this one more time and that'll increase the size of the regiment. And then I'm going to spend that money on studies of the university just next to here. A shrill shriek snatches me from my stomach back to the blackness of the night. Follow the source of the noise and find my caravan leader, sent cowering in front of his tent. Praniyata, do not go inside. There's a wolf on my bed. Feel open and find a wolf. Its belly rich with child. It snarls and growls at me. Doubtless fearful what I may do with its unborn babies. But no, the brave me says, I shall slay the beast. 96% chance I'll kill it and I'll become the wolf slayer. Yep, Praniyata, the Wolf Slayer. We all know across the land who as the one who bravely slew a vicious, angry wolf in camp. As we enter Bagatur-Errant, I notice a jolly and festive decorations around the city. Before we know it, my whole entourage gets caught up in the festivities ourselves. It's such a friendly place, don't you think? Why, shit. Last week as the two of us danced together among the crowd. I hear the loud cheer from everyone around us as the musicians finish one song and another begins. It feels just like home. Ah. As you walk through the streets of Lakshmanavati, a procession of soldiers emerge from the side of the street. Most of them are intimidated by downtrodden citizens. A row proudly stands up front. A throng of people gathering around the marketplace declares in a loud voice, "We crushed those Lego dogs yet again. It's only a matter of time before victory is ours." And yet the celebratory I look at the injured soldiers and greet their relatives. Maybe they have some wisdom shared from the battles. But insult their survivors again. The journey's been long and tiresome, and my feet ache so much, and my ancestors must feel. It's about to feel a collapse from exhaustion. I feel something heavy around my neck. Before long, I'm adorned head to toe in traditional Magadhi garbs. Streets alive jubilation. Every house head packets me to come inside and rest my weary laurels. Only take a moment to regain my stamina. I would be welcome as a guest of honor. Magadhi hospitality is legendary. Could really afford not to see it for myself. Yes, please. Just to lower the stress potential because of that traumatic event from the battlefield. So, in a couple days' time, I'm about to pick up a perk, which I'll get living off the land, so it'll take less provisions loss. Chow will be safer. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so... If I pick up a few more of these perks, maybe perhaps I should pick up Gallant, because not only gives me more prowess on Martial, but also, you know, melee prestige, but more importantly, as a way to get one of these two things. Strategist, Gallant, either or. Remember, you have 1, 2, 3, and these 8. You gotta do more fighting, we gotta get more good fightmen. Which there are ways we can find them. You just go to Castle Holdings and go recruit some of them. Just pay attention to their prowess, but who's got money and time for that? Instead, I'll focus on my own skill. University and large religious center. It's the place to be. I'm gonna spend it well on that. I'll help this study very, very well. Just for future reference. Ah, another good shortcut. Took us less time to be there. Let's get started. Must focus on book. Somapur is renowned as the center of studies that holds both teachers and students from near and far. However much thought of it till today, when religious reference from Bendranarayan struck me as hard as blasphemous and contrary to everything been taught in my life. It revealed him as a Mahayanan, an actual infidel. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't care as long as he has something to teach. Got a bit of martial arts out of it. That's good. Good. So, just pay a generous donation. Just did not want to repeat the events like the last time. Study that language. Just need to pick this up. Universities and centers of higher education are always bustling high as a socialization. These halls, all the students are all peers and all apprentices on the road to knowledge. It can be helpful to make friends and feel part of a community. This is one of the first thoughts when Kalden approached me with a small manuscript. Join me, my friends, Praniyata. Prove us the might of the cat by downing more cups than anyone else, and we shall consider you one of us. No thanks. Come on, make it to 2. I'm suddenly distracted by midnight studies of a loud crash, a near-deafening slam, and an expensive sounding shatter. What in the world is going on? Source of disturbance appears to be 2 presents. Father Greatness knows how to get in here. Rouse the gulping down the road the university's important tea. This yeah, to think the better as because they can raid the other fellows. Poor unfortunate souls, I'll say to you learn how to read. You join my camp and be one of the Bagatur. You're in the army now. Such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't imagine a number of the wise men that studied at Sumaput. The breadth the depth of their thinking, the breadth of their search. Just being part of their same environment made me a much better person. With new gained knowledge, I can make my way home very satisfied. Oh, during my stay, I've grown to one of my teachers, Kagodayama, and I love to part ways already. On the other hand, my teacher made such a great impression on me, I'd like to spend more time together. I'm a brilliant strategist and picked up 2 perks. You might be useful here, so join the camp. Uyghur Vamna on the beauty of nature. The manuscript flush with detailed illustrations and insights of the art of hunting and the beauty of the natural world. The cover is iron. It's been carved to display a repeating image of astrological scenes. Okay. Oh, how long's that been there? Yeah, that disease has been there for a while. I'm surprised. Oh shit. Okay. We need to get around this. You know what? Reset the perks. Just this once. Want to pick up Gallant. At least with Peacemaker, like when the war scores up at 90%, you can end the war right then and there. But here's Gallant. Less siege space time. You still need that. And that. Of course, all of these things. It feels like a constant distracted with the vicious thoughts and erotic fantasies. Of all the hardships of everyday life, it's all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires clearly interfere in my life. What should I do about them? Maybe a different kind of outlet will help. Athletic. Kind of good I am. It makes sense. I want you to change the route. There's the disease out there. So just go around it. Don't go near that area. I'm always up for a challenge. Now I'm reckless as well, which the battle rolls could go either way. Because I got so many damn commander traits. So let's reiterate here. You do have gallons, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wonderful, I must be true. 2 more that stand with us and try to participate in more wars, which further adds it up. And that level of fame to be up this high, which you're almost there, by the way. In which, once we have all those requirements, we can most certainly go to Mesopotamia. You're at 31. Thanks to being a brilliant strategist. I don't suppose you have any more contracts. Yeah, Ireland contracts. Collect taxes. It's not what I imagined for that amount, but still. Hard muscle, but that's at a diseased area. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You gotta have at least 12 knights, 12 pros. And I would like to increase the size of all of them except the damned elephants. I keep saying damned because of how ridiculously expensive they are. Well, I mean, they're not expensive now. Especially that the further up you go, the recruitment cost comes less. So they're much more affordable than they were. Okay, then do a little job and then we'll max up that size. And then you won't have any more problems. But so, ladies and gentlemen, we'll actually have to stop this episode here as it's been long. So in this next episode, we'll continue to earn more cash by any means. got the proving grounds to the size that we wanted. And we got it up to what we wanted. But improving the size of, well, heavy infantry regiments, since we do have one, I mean, that would be nice. Yeah, we do need another one of that. I never really bothered with this, because most of that is just, it requires you to be of a certain purpose. But maybe we can improve the decisions aptitude when we get surgeon tools. Like we need a heavy infantry officer and a heavy cavalry captain to make room for the Bagatur. For the Tarkhan, that's the word you're looking for. So we'll continue our work here and do some more mercenary work subsequently after we, increase our size to be bigger and stronger than ever. So 41 years old, and it's only a matter of time before old age will start catching up to me and all that. Despite the crippling trauma, I still remain resilient. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode. So until the next one, so long for now.